of 2 best-selling books. And most importantly, my friend, my mentor, and my brother from another mother, and so many of you, on your feet, Commissioner!
One event like this, one thought, one emotion, will completely changing your life. You're much closer to your dreams and your visions than you think you are. Are you ready for this? 9, ignition sequence start.
Good to see y'all. Grab a seat. Good to be with my family. That's Love you too. Good to see you. How you doing? It's so good to be here with you guys, man. It's so good to be with my family. I love you all. Thank you for all your support. And I've heard this is the best convention of all time. That's what I keep hearing. I've been here throughout. I've been backstage quite a bit, so I've caught some of it. I haven't had a chance to catch all of it, unfortunately. But I got to tell you, I'm honored to be with you all. God bless you. I just want to start out by saying one thing to you. I just want to remind you of something, because this is about you. This isn't about me. It's not even about WFG. It's about you. Let me say something to you. When you were born, there was greatness sown into your soul. You were born for a reason. You were born to do something great with your life. You were born to express that greatness. And don't let anybody ever tell you otherwise. I'm here to remind you, if you remember nothing I say, you were born to do something great with your life. And I mean you precious soul. When you were a little girl, you were a little boy. You were born with greatness in you. And if you don't express that greatness, at some point it's almost like a poison that starts to eat us from the inside. So I want to challenge you to do something great with your life. Can I get an amen on that? Say yes? I gotta tell you, life will humble you. I have to tell you the funniest thing. So, by the way, I know that video is cheesy. I'm sorry. I got my team to shrink it to like a minute because the rest of it was even cheesier. And what I don't like about that video, or any video, is that it might convince you that me or anybody else up here is different than you. And I've heard other people say this here today, but I just want to be very clear with you. I'm the son of an alcoholic and a drug addict. I'm a guy who's struggled with his self-confidence all of his life. Still does. Still do. I love you too. I still struggle with it. But I'm a dude who found WFG. And I want you to understand something. This company changed my life. Nothing you see me doing would have happened without this place, without this family, without the Penny Oys and the Dan Charliers and the Guillermo Haros and the Rich Stollies and all the great people that are in this room. I sit here and look, Sean Villalobos is sitting right here, Charlier's over here, Guillermo's here. These guys were senior associates in my office at one time. And now they've made millions and millions of dollars. Is that amazing? At the same time they were. And it takes me back, before I get kind of rolling, something awesome happened this morning. Life humbles you. So I'm getting ready this morning. I had another talk down the street at another place. And WFG's nice enough, when you do well enough here, they'll put you up in these sky lofts. There are these great rooms here. By the way, I would never pay the money to put myself up in that one myself, but it was nice to be in there. So they give you a butler. So I got up this morning and I ordered breakfast through my butler, which is pretty cool. And so I'm working on some things. I'm sitting on the couch and the doorbell rings and it's the butler. And I just yelled at him, "Come on in, brother." And he walks in. I said, "You'll have to forgive me. I'm getting ready. I've got a couple talks today. I'm preparing." So I don't really look up at the dude. And he goes, "Well, Mr. Mylett, should I just put this on the table over here?" And there's a big loft. So he puts it on the table over there. And he's setting my stuff down. And I said, "Hey, man, I'm really sorry that I can't talk very much." But I said, "How's your day?" And I kind of looked at him and he looked, like that when I looked at him. He didn't say anything. And then he ends up setting up the breakfast. He says, "Okay, thank you, Mr. Mylett." And I hear him walking, I hear him stop. And he comes back and he says, "Mr. Mylett, I'm not supposed to do this. We're supposed to keep this professional here, but I want you to know that you've changed my life." And I said, "Well, how did I do that?" He goes, "I found you on Jim Rome's show." And I said, "Well, Jimmy's a great friend of mine." He goes, "I've been following you ever since. I was suicidal. I was this. I started my own side business. You changed my life." And he goes, "Ironically, I know someone that you grew up with. I know Kevin Barton." And it took me all the way back to my second appointment in WFG. So this is how good God is. Kevin Barton was my dad's friend in AA when my dad got sober. And Kevin Barton was a pain in the ass, just to be honest with you. And told you like it was. And he was my second appointment. And he only did it as a favor. So Kevin's still alive, so I'm going to be nice to him. But I want to explain this. This will give you some hope. Here's my second appointment. I show up to Kevin Barton's house. Kevin has one leg. And back in those days, prosthetics weren't really good. So my second appointment was with the dude with a wooden leg. Okay? And so when I get to his front door, the leg's off. So the first thing is he opens the front door and he goes, instead of toothpick, he goes, "All right, get your ass in here. Show me this shit." I swear to you. And I'm terrified. His wife's name's Terry. And we sit down, and I'm just shaking like a leaf, giving him my little flip chart. There was no technology then. I'm flipping through the pages, and I'm just, oh gosh. It's like, I was so bad. So bad. And at the end of it, it was so bad that I was so nervous, I literally handed it to him. I go, just read the rest. I didn't read the last 3 slides. He just reads it. And my big close was, so what do you think? That was my close. And I remember he leans back with his stub leg up on the table, toothpick in his mouth. He goes, "Tell you what I think." Pulls a toothpick out. He goes, "I think you suck at this." I go, "Anything else?" He goes, "No, man, like, you really suck at this." And then he offered me a job. I'm not exaggerating. Working on the Embassy Suites as an electrician's apprentice down in Brea, California. Even from Southern Cal. There's an Embassy Suites there. Just so you know, I was an electrician's apprentice for 6 months after how bad this appointment went. True story. And then I got back into WFG. True story. Here's how the rest of that appointment went. Damn true story. He goes, "Look, I ain't buying any of this crap from you. I don't believe you. I don't think I need it." But he goes, "I tell you what, because I'd gone to college and I'd stolen a bunch of bases in college. I was fast." And he goes, "I tell you what, if you can beat my son in a foot race in the middle of the street, I'll buy." So here I am, totally broke. Nobody on my team, everybody I had recruited had already quit. One dude stayed. I recruited like about 15 people, 14 were in the witness protection program. One would show up once in a while. True story. And he goes, "And I just bought this new suit. It was turquoise that I was wearing, and I bought it at the Men's Warehouse." Anybody remember the Men's Warehouse? Like a $90 suit. I was working it. And I got dress shoes on. He goes, "If you can beat him in a race," his son was a freshman or senior on the football team, "I'll buy this crap from you." I go, "Let's race." So by the time I agree, he's told the whole damn neighborhood. So my second appointment, basically, a wooden leg, one man tells me I suck as he pulls a toothpick out of his mouth. And then he goes, "Let's go." So we get to, it's a cul-de-sac. We get to the end of the street, and it's me and his kid, and now there's like about 40 neighbors out there. And I'm gonna beat this dude. But I'll be real honest with you. Maybe y'all can relate to this. I went from being a pretty good athlete to being in WFG. And my office, where I was in an office, was on the upstairs. The downstairs was a Taco Bell. So I'm drinking Mountain Dews like they're going out of style every day. And I'm on these Burrito Supremes like you cannot believe. So I packed on a few. I'm not going to the gym back then. And me and this kid, I'm only about 5 years old. The streets are all screaming. Wooden leg Kevin's at the end of the street. This is a true story. Ready, set, go. Bam! And I am smoking him. And I can feel him behind me. I'm like, I got this. We're buying $25 turn policy in the bank. Bam! Right? And all of a sudden, my head got a little heavy in my belly. And my head started to get out over my legs. And I bit the dust. Bam! Rolling down the street as this kid goes right by me and wins. And I get up, my suit is completely ripped. I've cut all my leg open. And this one-legged man goes, "Sorry, Charlie, no bye." And he hops back into his house. Hops back into his damn house. Here's what's crazy. I swear to you on my son, this is true. Nolan, my butler, was there for the race. Now, he didn't know it was me until I told him the Kevin Barton story. He goes, "Mr. Mylett, I swear to you, you had like a mullet at the time, party in the front, no, business in the front, party in the back." I said, "That's exactly what I had." He goes, "I watched that race. I felt so bad for that guy, whoever he was, racing against Sale in the middle of the street." I go, "That was me, man. That was me." He goes, "Dude, you've given me tremendous hope in my life." That's a true story. The butler in my damn Skyloft today was there for the race of a lifetime. So hey, if I can go from racing and falling in the street and ripping my only suit to building a pretty good business and a pretty good life, you probably got some hope. Would you agree with me? So how do we do it? How do we do it? Some things we need to decide. Number one, you have to make some decisions. Maybe you've made them, but maybe you haven't. There's two roads in life. There's two roads. There's the crowded road that everybody's on. All your friends are on, most of your family's on, and you're going to be tempted to be on for the rest of your life. There's a crowded road. Everyone's on it. It's easy street. In fact, it looks a lot like this. Here's what it looks like. It looks like a merry-go-round. It looks like a merry-go-round. You know, merry-go-rounds are sweet, aren't they? You just kind of go around. It's real easy. And you see the same scene every time you go around. Same scene of life. Not real bad. Not a lot of butterflies. It's kind of cute. That's how most people will live their lives. They choose a merry-go-round life. The crowded life. Everybody's on that road. That road, by the way, is very well lit. There's not a lot of curves, not a lot of ups and downs. There's directions and navigation stuff on there. It's cake. It looks damn good, and almost everybody's on it. Little traffic because it's real crowded. Little traffic because it's real crowded. You gotta decide today if you want a merry-go-round life, and I'm being serious, or if you want a roller coaster life. Because a roller coaster life, that's a whole different proposition. That's a lot of, woo-hoo, yeah, baby. Everybody quits. Yeah, baby. Charge back hell, right? Home office lost my stuff. Can't get the meds on the policy. All this stuff. Dude didn't show up to the meeting. You choose the roller coaster life. That's the lonely road in life. Let me tell you something about the lonely road. It means you will feel alone almost all the time. It means you will have haters everywhere. It means you will experience a myriad of emotions that most people can't handle. Ups, downs, fear, anxiety, anger, depression, worry. You will see a side of humans you don't like. You know exactly what I'm talking about. How does a human being promise you they're coming to a meeting and then not show up? Shake your hand, say, "I am pumped. I'm going to be in this for life." 2 weeks later, change their phone number. Buy a policy from you, hug you, make you dinner, 2 days later, cancel. Huh? That's the roller coaster. That's the lonely road. The lonely road, let me tell you about it. I've been on it now for 35 years. I'm a road warrior on that road. And let me tell you what that road looks like. It's dark. There's not a lot of lighting on that road. There's unbelievable curves, ups and downs, potholes, crashes. You will see roadkill of people you thought were going to make it along that road fall by the wayside over and over again. Haters, people yelling at you, screaming, behind your back, cutting you off, bumping you in the back. Breakdowns, repairs like you can't believe. And then every once in a while, you're going to hit a yield sign on that road. And the vast majority of people, even when they choose that road, will yield and go back to the easy road. The question for you today is, will you yield? Or will you stay on the road long enough to get the job done? Long enough to make your dreams come true? Will you stay on the road? Now, here's why I tell you all this in the beginning. Because all this stuff's going to happen to you. And when it happens, you should go, oh my gosh, this means I'm on the roller coaster. This means I'm on the right road. It's an indication. It's the only indication you get that you're on the right road, is this adversity. Because you're not going to get success quickly. Or you're going to get it and then it's going to go away. So you need to know when you face these things that that's what's happening. Does that make sense to everybody, yes or no? Yes! Here's why. I'll give you a secret. As good as you think it is to make your dreams come true, and I know you think it'll be pretty good, it's 1,000,000 times better. And let me explain to you why. It's 1,000,000 times better. This is what they won't tell you and you've never heard before. When you stay on this road long term, you'll eventually get your dreams. And it'll be awesome. I wanted a jet, I've had 6. I wanted to own an island, I got one. I wanted to pay off my mom's house, I did it. I wanted to pay off Christiana's mom's house, we were able to do it. I wanted to see my teammates have great stuff happen, all that stuff. I wanted to travel, all that stuff's cool. And by the way, it is cool. Here's what nobody tells you if you stay on the road. That's the rewarding part that makes it 1,000,000 times better. All the dreams you come true for you that you aren't dreaming right now. Here's the other one. All the dreams come true you will make for the people you love that you don't even know about right now. All the people you love that will have these big dreams in their life that you don't even know about. They may not even know about them right now. And you will make their dreams come true. Heck, you may even make the dreams come true of people in your family that haven't even been born yet. I'll prove that to you as we go today. It's the other people's dreams you will make true. It's the ripple effect of dreams coming true when you stay on that road. When you become the one, I call it, in your family. The one. See, when you meet a family that's really wealthy, somewhere back in their lineage they weren't. When you meet a family that's really happy, somewhere back in their lineage they weren't. And I know I talked about this a little bit. And then the one shows up. In every family, there's the one. The one shows up. The one. In my family, I'm the one. I'm the one who got up early. I'm the one who took the chargebacks. I'm the one who stayed up late at night. I'm the one who took the rejection. I'm the one who had the people quit. I'm the one who kept doing meetings. I'm the one who woke up at 3 o'clock in a panic and worried. I'm the one who took the hits. So that the Myletts, the world will never have their thumb on the Mylett family ever again. And listen to me. You are the one in your family. And by the way, they don't come as you think. No one would have picked me. Shy little Eddie. No one would have picked me. Nobody would have picked you. That's why it's you. Or are you just going to be another one? Just another one. Just another person in WFG. Just another recruit. Just another person who came to a convention and got all excited. Just another one. Just another one in your family. Just another member of the family. Just another one. Or are you the one? Are you the one? You got to decide that. Now, how do you get there? You got to understand a couple things. Number one, you got to survive temporary pain. All pain is temporary. All pain is temporary. But if you can survive temporary pain, on the other side of temporary pain, you discover another part of yourself. Another part of that greatness. Another part of your soul's expressed. You have to survive temporary pain. Everything's temporary. When my dad passed away, I'll tell you this in a little bit, I've never been more convinced in my life that anything other than our souls and our spirit are completely temporary. But you got to survive it. Why? Listen to me. Because when you survive it, now you are eminently qualified to help other people. Your greatness, you were born to change other people's lives. I'm going to give you a clue. I'm going to talk about it at the end, but I'll give you a preview. God did not give you another day because you needed it. God gave you another day because somebody needs you. Somebody needs you. Somebody needs you. And it doesn't feel like it should be you. My dad got sober and changed our life forever. And after I wrote The Power of One More, I woke up one night, Christiana saw me crying. She's never really seen me cry a whole lot. I didn't even cry when my dad died. But I cried this night, and the reason that I cried was I woke up and I had this epiphany. Oh my gosh, someone helped Daddy. Someone helped my dad when he was going to lose his family because he was drinking. When my mom had threatened to leave him. Maybe my dad was even going to take his own life. And some precious human being, imperfect as they were, showed up and said, I can help you. And if they had not done that, my life, I wouldn't be here. Had they not done that, I'm not sure my dad would have lived any longer. Some average, ordinary person showed up and said, I can help you. In my dad's most desperate moment, that person didn't know I was his son. Doesn't know that the ripple effects is his son's reached millions of people. And my dad helped thousands of other people get sober. And that's incredible. But what's more incredible is what qualified that person to help my dad. What were their qualifications? You know what they were? Because I know who they are now. By the way, my grandfather's name's Ed, my name's Ed, my dad's name's Ed, and the guy who helped my dad get sober, I can't tell you his last name. His name's Ed. You know what qualified him? The greatest sins and mistakes of his life. He was a drug addict too. He was an alcoholic. He was a liar. He lived in the shadows. Because you're most qualified in life to help the person you used to be. You're most qualified in life to help the person you used to be. And so that person, because of that, was qualified to help my father in those moments. It's not how perfect you are. God will use these situations to help you change other people's lives. So what's that mean? If you used to know nothing about finances and now you know something, you can help everybody who knows nothing. If you used to be broke and you ain't so broke anymore, you can help broke people. If you used to not have any hope and dreams in your life, and now you got a few hopes and dreams, you can help all those people who need hopes and dreams. If you used to be broken, and you're not quite as broken anymore, you can help broken people. That's why you were born to do something great. See, you disqualify yourself because of your mistakes or your weaknesses or your frailties. And just so you know, this man standing up here has more weaknesses, more frailties, more stuff he needs to work on, I'm sure, than anybody in this room. But I learned this lesson that I don't have to be perfect to help people. It's my imperfections that qualify me. The other thing is, I got to keep growing and changing into the next version of me so I can help all the people who used to be like me. So when I was making millions of dollars a year, I went, man, I need to make $20 million a year so I can help all these people making millions. When I was worth 20 or 30 million, I wanted to be worth 100 so I could help all these, whatever it might be. When I could give $1,000 away to a foundation, I wanted to get better so I could give $100,000 away. You kind of get it, right? Y'all hear me say yes? Yes. So how do you do that? You have to start taking responsibility for your life. You have to start taking responsibility for your life. That doesn't mean everything in your life is your fault. Responsibility doesn't mean I'm responsible, I caused this. Responsibility means I have an ability to respond. You have to develop this belief that you have an ability to respond. Why is what you think matter so much? Listen to me. Because your thoughts are the currency with which you purchase your dreams. Your thoughts are the currency with which you purchase your dreams. You have to think that you have an ability to respond when adversity strikes. And you do. It's not whose fault it is. Let me prove it to you. To the extent that you are alive is to the extent that you can respond. If somebody was up there in the middle of the stage and they weren't moving or responding to the noise in here, what would your first conclusion be? They might be dead. If I went up and I shook them and they didn't respond, they might be dead. What if I poured water on them and they still didn't respond? See, there's a correlation between how alive you are and your ability to respond. If I gave them a defibrillator, boom, and it didn't wake them up, we conclude they're dead, they're unresponsive. In your life, if you don't begin to respond, you are dead. You're going to have a lot of people around you tell you to be realistic. Realistic is the language of the walking dead. They have begun to buy into the lie that they have no ability to respond in their life. God's given you the greatest business opportunity on planet Earth to change your life and other people's lives. You have a responsibility to max this out.
a responsibility. You leaders in the front that have made so much money, we got to keep going. We got to keep helping people. People ask me all the time, why you work? I work harder now than I've ever worked in my life because I finally got this stuff in my 40s. I figured it out. I want to be somebody. I want to help people. I want to express my greatness. I will not die with my greatness still inside of me. I will not die that way. And neither will you.
See if I can show you something. You guys show them that, well, what's this thing up there?
What would be a successful
Wait,
week?
pause that real quick. Pause it if you can. I want to set this up for you. Stay real quick. Sorry, guys, I messed that up. Listen to me on this. You ever hear the notion that the only hate you're going to get is from people doing worse than you? You ever heard that? Only people doing worse than you are going to give you hate. You ever heard that before? That's a lie. That's a lie. You can get haters and detractors at every level of your life. Trust me. Especially as you begin to threaten how successful they think they are. Or their notoriety. All of a sudden it's, oh, well, I had this or that. Trust me. You got hated every level. Know it now. Like now, my uncle that's the rich one, he's real supportive of this. Until you're richer than him. Until you're not until he's not the go-to one in the family anymore. Until you become the one. You need to know this now, those of you that are climbing. Let me show you this video. Let me tell you what it is. It's this dude, Tiger Woods. It's a video you've never seen before. It's his first tournament, it's pro. Never played professional golf before. He comes out, and the guy interviewing him is one of his heroes. His name's Curtis Strange. You don't need to know golf, let me just set it up for you. Curtis Strange is a Hall of Famer, one of the greatest players ever. Won 2 US Opens, I think back to back. Great player. He's still a broadcaster to this day. And Tiger Woods comes out on tour, and he gets interviewed by his hero. And you know what Curtis Strange decided to do for about a minute and a half? Trash it. And let me tell you how they trash it. You're being a little cocky. You have anybody in your family telling you that? Wait a minute, we're simple people. What's wrong with the way you're getting a little cocky? Because you're threatening their smallness. They love you, they're not bad. You're threatening their smallness. Tell you to be realistic. You know, second or third's not so bad. It's not so bad. What's wrong with the way things already are? At the end of the video, this man has the audacity, when Tiger politely still says, no, I'd like to win. He lets him know, you'll learn. Anybody in your family trying, you'll see. It's a scam, you'll see. You'll see. It's just for the top guys. I got here in like the 8th year. Top guys. There's a bunch of top guys when I got here. I don't know what they're talking about. We have people coming up here all the time, been here 2, 3, 4 years. You'll see. Watch. This is Curtis Strange. Tiger Woods is one of his heroes. Watch this. We can play it, guys.
What would be a successful week here in Milwaukee?
Two things. I think if I play 4 solid rounds, we got off to a good start today. If I can do that for 3 more days, I'll be very happy, and that victory would be also nice too.
A victory.
Do you think, to me, that comes off as a little cocky or brash, especially talking to the other guys on tour that have been out here for years and years and years, and certainly an incredible having a record. But what do you say to those guys?
Well,
When you come out here, you're free. You know what I'm saying? Your
I
first pro
understand.
tournament, you say, I can win.
Oh, I understand that. I've always figured that why go to a tournament if you're not going there to try and win? There's really no point. This attitude I've had my entire life, and this attitude I'll always have. As I would explain to my dad, second sucks, and third's even worse. It's just a feeling.
On tour, that's not too bad sometimes, though.
That's not too bad, but I want to win. That's just my nature.
You'll learn.
Jacket? It's an expensive jacket. They learned, didn't they? They sure learned. That young man put a thumping on everybody for about 20 years. Okay? You got a bunch of people around you whispering, just so you know, she'll learn. You need to put a thumping on somebody. You need to crack open a big old can of whoop ass on everybody's lives. You need to do something great. Let me tell you something, it's a big deal. Winning is more fun than fun is fun. I'll prove it to you. Let's click through that. I don't have time. Oh, by the way, if you want me to help you out, I made some WFG specific content. You can scan that. It's free. You just scan that thing real quick. So I want to tell you about my son. I've talked about Max a lot. My favorite person in the world until he died was my dad. My favorite person to golf with. I don't play a lot of golf because I'm busy, but my favorite person was my dad. If you don't do that, go to edmylett.com, put your email in, and I'll start getting you good stuff. It's all free. You're welcome. So hey, listen. I'll tell you about Maximus. This is my kid. I love him. He's now my favorite guy that my dad's gone. He is, however, the most uncoordinated human being that's ever walked the planet Earth. I still to this day, his mom and I do not know whether Max is a lefty or a righty. We don't know. When he played baseball, he'd go 0 for 50 left-handed and 0 for 51 right-handed. We put a glove on his left hand, he'd eat a fly ball in the face with that one, come back the next year, throw one on his right hand, smack dab in the face. Christopher Schleman's in the room here, I think. He was his flag football coach. Let's just put it this way. They had Max block in flag football. He played a whole season of basketball. He scored 2 points. Let me tell you how those 2 points were scored. Another dude on the team took a shot. Max thought he was making it, started to run back down the court. Rebound came off his cranium, hit back into the basket, and my kid's running down the court like he just 360 dunked because it was the only basket of his life. Then he played golf. Lefty, righty, lefty, righty. At one point, we had some left-handed clubs in his bag, some right-handed clubs in his bag. This photo is evidence of my son's lack of coordination, and I didn't even ask them to pick it this way. Are you aware of any human being who stands with their feet like this for a photograph? Let's take a picture, Max. You would stand like this. Okay, Dad, sounds good. I have 5,000 pictures of my kid standing like this. Sometimes he's like this. It's just not a lot of coordination there. We moved to La Quinta, Palm Springs area. We picked golf. I picked golf with Max. Here's this reason why. It's 5 hours with my son. I was busy. I could spend 5 hours you caddy for your son. I loved that experience of the 5 hours. We made it all about fun. My son took that very literally. And so for 3 years, Maximus finished last in every single tournament we played in. By a lot. And by the way, where we moved was mainly professional golfers and their sons. So I want you to picture at most tournaments, this is me dressed up, but at most tournaments, I would show up with like a tank top, my tattoos, Adidas sweats. I may have been dabbling in creatine at the time, and a lot of creatine, and my kid was dressed like a ragamuffin. Some kids, clubs lefty, some righty. We're playing against a guy who won on the professional tour. He's dressed in perfect Ricky Fowler outfit, custom clubs, massage therapist. By the way, Holbrook, that massage offer still exists if you really want a real one. Swing coach, and the kid with the matching clothes against me and my kid. So we play every week. Max is the sweetest kid in the world. If he top one in the lake, he's like, hey, Dad, we're having fun. I'm like, yeah, man, it's a freaking blast, bro. This is great. Other boys would bomb one down the middle. Hey, good shot, Jacob! You're like, dude, do you get the whole point of... It got to the point where when he'd get home, his mom never asked him how he played or what he shot. It was just, did you have fun? When he would get out of the car, we had this routine. When he'd go warm up, I'd say, hey, buddy, because I know, Dad, so let me just tell you again. If you win today, I can't love you anymore. And if you lose, I won't love you any less. Thanks, Daddy. Let's have fun. And he would go out. Now, what I didn't tell you is, my son, even though that would happen, would get up every day before school for a couple hours and hit golf balls. And after school, because he knew he wasn't as gifted as the other kids, he would leave school. By the way, never got a B, ever. Valedictorian. But he would go and hit balls for several hours until it was dark every day. Because what I didn't know, really, was that he wanted to win. He wanted me to push him. He wanted to compete. And the fact that I wasn't was actually sending a message to him that I didn't believe in him. It's okay to push your team, as long as they know you believe in them. And so this day, this is Max warming up before our tournament. Let me tell you what happens this day. Our lives changed. Let me tell you why it changed. Because you're one decision, one moment, one experience, one speaker for 1 hour, one new thought, one new relationship, one new recruit, away from completely changing your life. You're one away. And if you know that that's true, and that is true, you will live in anticipation of finding those ones. If you don't know that, they'll go right by you left and right, and you'll be oblivious to them. I live in anticipation of what's the next one. Nolan was that one this morning. My butler. So this day we're down 11 shots after 9 holes. And at these tournaments, you grab a lunch and you keep going. Well, this day we're way behind because Max is playing so bad. And the lunches were like over by that part of the stage. And the next tee was like by the back of the arena. So our lives changed in this instant because one of the dads said something that was really stupid. And one of the dads stops and says, hey, to the other two boys, hey guys, you guys, go over there and hit your shots. Max will grab your lunch. He's out of it. He doesn't give a crap anyways. I'll clean it up for you for the clean version because there was creatine in my body at the time. I said, don't ever speak to my son like that again. You don't talk to my family like that. Ever. You understand me? My son's like, Daddy, never speak to my son like that. I'm shaking right now, tell him. I said, here's what we're going to do. I'll go get the lunch. Max, you stay with me. You guys go get your shots. You see this dad? Got the poopy pants walk as he's walking. I said, Max, come here. Hey, yeah, having fun, right? Yeah, fun, come here. I grab his little beautiful shirt. Hey! No one's looking. We're gonna fucking win today, Max! We're winning! But Daddy, what about the fun is? Winning is more fun than fun is fun, Max! We're gonna win! I go, I don't like this shirt. Do you like this shirt? No. I go, you got another one in your bag? He goes, I got a blue one, Dad. I go, take this off. Take the blue one, put it on. Now I'm anchoring. I go, Max, this is the winning shirt. You know, Tiger wears red, you're wearing blue. We're going to compete. We're going to win. We're going to win. We're going to, okay, Dad. I said, listen to me. Here's the 2 rules. Number 1, no practice swings. Number 2, we've never done this before. I'm going to tell you exactly what club to hit and exactly where to hit it. You hear me? It's okay, Dad. Okay. And then I give him his driver. And I watch my son walk away over to get his shot. Now I gotta go get these lunches. I'm probably getting arrested for assault. Scared the hell out of my kid. I'm like, what did I do? We have no chance of winning whatsoever. I've scared him. Dang. So I get the lunches, and as I'm grabbing them, I look and I watch my little guy. And I gotta tell you, this is hilarious, but it's true. Max is probably, I don't know, 9 or 10 at the time. You ever watch like a 3-year-old person try to tee up a ball? They can't really do it, right? Like a normal person just tees the ball up. Max is so important in time. He was literally, I'm watching him tee it up from a distance. He's like, trying to tee the ball up. He gets up with that good golf swing. By the way, that's a good looking swing. Nothing wrong with his swing. It was all how he was thinking. It was all how he was thinking. And he hits a good drive down the middle. And I watch him and I get up there and I said, hey buddy, good shot. We're going to win. He said, okay, Dad. We get over to the ball, I go, listen, remember what I said, no practice. Like I said, you got 120 to the hole, hit an 8-iron, 10 feet left to the hole, let's go, man. I've never talked to him like that before. We're getting specific, we're competing. He gets up, nails it, about 20 feet left to the hole. But good shot, I said, good shot. And I noticed he kind of hands me the club back a little different. He's like, hey, Dad, here you go. Kind of like that. A little swag. Like, all right, we're cooking, man. We're walking down the fairway, we're gonna win, buddy, we're gonna win. I don't think we have any chance to win. We get over the ball. Normally Max would get up, the other guys would line up their putts. Max would just go boop, 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 and putt. That's how he would putt. I said, listen to me, man. Line the putt up like the other guys. Let's go. We're focused over here. So he goes into this whole BS kind of walk thing, looking at the putt. He has no idea what it does, neither do I. He gets over, he goes, hey, Daddy, I think it's like 2 feet left to right. This is what Holbrook does, by the way, too. Downhiller. He does, same thing. Michelle knows. And so Max takes the putter back, shoot, bingo, makes the birdie. I'm like, yeah, Max, how about that? He's like, here you go, man. Well, hands me the putter back. These guys have all made birdies before, but now we're fired up. I go, hey man, we're down 9, let's go. Let's go. We're walking to the next hole, I kind of watch him. He's like, what's up? What's up? I'm kind of walking like the old man now. Next hole's par 5. I go, hey, smash this thing down the middle, man. Let's go. Hits his driver down the middle. Here's where our life changed again. There's a lake in front of the hole. It's a par 5. The other boys lay up. It's too far. It's 220 to the hole. There's a block wall in front of the lake. any good story, Jesus is involved a little bit. And so I said, Max, hit the 3-wood. No, Dad, I go, hey, I told you, no practice swings, you can't question my call. Max, we're too far behind, hit the 3-wood. My son has never hit a ball 220 yards in his life at this time. And still didn't after he hit it. So he hits it, and it's in the air. And I immediately start praying. I'm like, Lord, if this lands on this green, I will talk about you in every talk I ever give. I will stop doing like 34% of all the bad stuff I do. Then I went back to my altar boy days as a Catholic. I'm like, Our Father, the Lord, Hail Mary, whatever I got. I'm throwing the sink at this shot. Except he hit it 219 and it hit the wall. Yeah. Oh, but it bounced straight up in the air and landed on the green. And rolled to about 2 inches from the hole. Now Max is walking down the fairway talking to us. He goes, you know, guys, I'm playing Callaways right now. Thinking about switching over to TaylorMade. You know, I'm not real sure. You know, I'm gonna go to this putting school in a few weeks. You know, just dial a few things in. Nothing like that ever happened before. He taps in. We're now down 7. Take you to the 18th hole. 18th hole, we're down 1. Numbnuts and his kid are in first. My kid, this is a true story, by the way. If you don't believe me, he's on my podcast. We talk about it because it's so unbelievable, but it's true. I tell him what to do earlier. Go take a practice swing, right? About 105 degrees. What's my kid do? Most important shot of his life. Whole world's on the line. Takes a practice swing. Whoosh, and the club flies out of his hand. And helicopters into the middle of the lake. Most important shot of my kid's life. He throws the golf club into the middle of the lake. Ooh. Sorry, Daddy. Power of one more, Max. We got one more club. Hit your 3-wood. He hits a good 3-wood. We get down there. He's about the same distance as their drives. Numbnuts walks over to his kid. There's a lake in front of the hole. And I hear Numbnuts say, Jake, don't hit it in the lake. I go, Max, come here. He's going to hit it in the lake. You never tell somebody what not to do. Sure enough, he hits it in the lake. I go, Max, let's go, baby. You got 110 of the hole, hit this thing 10 feet left of the cup, let's get out of here with a W. I've never talked like that in my life to my kid. It's okay, Dad. Gets in about 11 feet left of the hole. I go, good shot. He goes, yep. The other kid's so good, he pulls out from the other side of the lake. Here's the deal. Max, 1 putts, we win. 2 putts, play off with Numbnuts. 3, we lose. We get up to the hole. Max does his little BS walk around the ball. Neither one of us have any idea what's going on. He gets over the putt, putts it. Dingo! Makes it. Birdie. Man, we win, Maximus. We freaking won. He goes, Dad, winning is way more fun than fun is fun. And it turns out he's been there the whole time, buddy. He's like, oh my gosh. And I'm parading him around the green like we won the Masters, you know? This is him afterwards. That's him with his medal and the blue shirt. Look at his face, right? Now, you don't know this, but this boy's life changed in that moment. Forget golf. Winning can change you. Winning once can change you. That's why these awards matter. Secondly, he's still uncoordinated. You see LeBron with an NBA title? You've never seen it. Only my dude. But here's what ended up happening. He started winning. I think he won 23 in a row. That day he shot 64. That's pretty good. That was me and him playing together. I got some credit. I must have made a putt or something. This is me and him golfing in Cabo a few years ago. We are doing genetic testing to see what's going on. I may be back on creatine there, potentially. And still, he's got the crooked feet in the picture. So, this is him signing his college golf scholarship. One moment, listen to me. One moment, one decision. Listen what the decision is. Stop playing and start competing. Too many of you are playing with your life. Too many of you are playing because you don't believe in yourself. You gotta start competing, and you'll find something in you. This greatness in you begins to get revealed when you compete. Trust me. It starts to get revealed when you compete. This is me and him last week. Last week, he and I played in a member at a tournament, and we won the darn thing. It still continues. By the way, more specifically, he won the darn thing, and I kind of carried the bag most of the time. But we're a team, he and I. He just qualified for the Arizona Open the next day. He's beating professional players now. Now, I'm not telling you that my son's going to go be the greatest golfer in the world. What I am telling you, his identity's changed. Who he believes he is has changed. His confidence has changed. His swagger's changed. His kindness, his heart, his generosity, that's not changed. But this has changed big time. I want to challenge you to start to compete. I want to challenge you to try to win in your life. Winning cures a lot of things in our lives. Let me show you about that. This is my dad. I've told this story before. I'm not going to tell the story you think. This is my dad. That's my dad. My dad's favorite thing to do was golf with me. And when he got cancer, that stopped. So I taught my dad all the visualizations so my dad could go play golf visually with me. And this is during COVID. If you notice, my dad's wearing a golf outfit as he's in his hospital bed. He would change into that every day. He didn't want anybody to see him in a gurney or one of those outfits. This day he called me. I was downstairs. He goes, my dad had a real deep voice like mine. I kept his voicemails when he got cancer because I knew he would change his voice. So I can still listen to my dad's old voice now that he's passed away. They're my favorite messages. When I get down, I just play a message from my dad. Even today. Hey kiddo, I love you. You're gonna do great today. He would send me those messages before big moments. I still play them. This day he called me. Hey, what are you doing? I go down here in the parking lot, man, writing a chapter of the book. Hi, what are you doing? Just playing pebble with you. Oh yeah? How'd we do? Well, I played great. Shot 67. I finally birdied 18. I go, good. He goes, man, no. Go what? You played like shit. He goes, lunch is here, I gotta go. An hour later, he called me back. Hey, get up. I go, what's up? He goes, I wasn't honest earlier. I go, I played good? He goes, no. He goes, I'm not doing so good. I want to go home. I want to be with Mom. I want you to be with your sisters, and I want you to come over. I go, Dad, we're going to eat another steroid shot. You're going to rally. That's not happening, man. You know that. Listen to me. I'll never forget this. Ever. Listen to me. I have one more day. And my stomach sank. I said, what do you think? I have one more day, Eddie. I want to be at home with Mom. You and the girls. Please. If you have parents that are still alive, man, make them proud of you. Let them know how much you love them. Call them. If they pass, if anybody's passed, honor them who you become. Honor them who you become. Do something great and honor them. Some of you in this room have ancestors who sacrificed the ultimate sacrifice for you to even be here. Honor them. They're doing something great. Stop being so freaking scared. Stop being so afraid. You're not getting out of this alive. You're not getting out. I called his doctor. I said, Dad's talking crazy. He said, Eddie, I'd go get him. They know. I said, who's they? He said, someone who's going to die. This is 3 hours later. That's my dad coming home one more time. That's my mom watching her husband of 50 years come through that front door one more time. You're going to come through the front door one more time someday. Whoever you love is going to come through the front door one more time someday. Who do you want to be when you have one more day left? What do you want the story to be? What do you want to have seen, achieved, felt, experienced, given while you're here? That day's coming for all of us. This is my dad with one more hour left. What do you want when there's 1 hour left? When you gather your family around you someday like my dad got to do. Someday your children and grandchildren and great-grandchildren, many of which haven't even been born yet, will be gathered around you with 1 hour left. What is the story of your life they will be telling? story of you? This precious little girl that was born with all this greatness in her. Did she express all of it? Did she express all the love, all of her story, all of her message, all of her joy, all of her power, all of his power? What will the story be when the people you love are surrounding you? What will they say when you're gone? An hour after this, my dad took one more breath, and he was gone. And my sisters and my mom, something very profound happened. I'm going to go deep with you that I've never done in any meeting before, ever, because it's my family. I want you to feel this. I want you to remember this. This is not about my family, it's about yours. What's the story going to be about you? My mom did not want to be with my dad's body, or with my dad, and neither did my sisters. So I volunteered to be with my dad for about an hour and a half until the hearse came. And it was a gift my dad gave me. Because something very profound dawned on me immediately as I was there still holding my dad's hand. My dad was gone. Listen to me. My dad was gone. Who my dad was no longer with me. His body was there. His awards were there. His house was there. His achievements were there. But he was no longer there. And the reason is you are not your body. You are not your achievements. You are not your possessions. You are not what you accumulate. You are none of those things. You can make your own conclusions about what you really are, but I know you're not those things. You're an energy. See, listen to me. Listen close. You can't take it with you. But you can leave something here. But you can leave something here. You can't take it with you, but you can leave something here. And what you can leave is your energy, is your spirit, are the memories, are the lessons, are the changes in your family. Are you becoming the one in your family? You can leave here becoming the one. It's not by mistake that you found the single greatest company in the world to become the one in. And there's no dispute about that. There's no dispute about that. You found the greatest company in the world to become the one. You can leave it here. Don't lose yourself chasing the things that aren't even you anyway. Don't cut corners. Don't cheat for the things that aren't even you anyway. How you act, how you conduct yourself, how you treat others, what you become, the memories you create, that's you. That lives on forever. That you leave here. Can I get an amen to that? Say yes. By the way, Brendan rolled this out yesterday, my good buddy. This is the greatest technology upgrade in the history of the company. Do it. I know, some people have a disagreement. I think you should read books. I think you should grow. I think you should be motivated. You mentioned me telling Max, don't read, don't grow, don't be motivated. This will help you. It'll help you keep your team organized. It'll help you collectively grow. It's free. Do it. I recommend it. I promised Brendan I would say that. By the way, he's amazing. I'll tell you the last story. That's the wrong picture, guys. We can go back. There's another picture there. There's like 5 of them. Hopefully you can find them. If you can't, I'm going to tell you a story. I left about 4 or 5 pictures there, guys, backstage. I'll tell you lastly about my sister. There she is. I'll tell you about my sister. This is my middle sister, Andrea. And Andrea was born with diabetes. So she's had a fight all of her life. She was born with a pancreas that didn't work. Her pancreas didn't work. And so like most people that live with diabetes, over time you're going to have some complications, and one of them is usually your vision. One of them's your vision. And so as I was on the lonely road of my life, making dreams come true, achieving, taking all the shots, staying up late at night, on this lonely, dark road, thinking I'm making all these dreams come true, on my road, on this crazy road, Andrea had her own battle, which was diabetes. I consider my sister Andrea to be far more successful than me. And the reason I say that to you is, by the way, she's a school teacher, 6th to 8th grade. It's what her dream was to help children. If life is about what you leave behind, my sister's left behind hundreds of children's lives that she shaped and formed. She got up every day. Here's what I think a great life is. Whatever your dream is, you create a life that matches it. If your dream's hundreds of millions of dollars and cars like that, don't let anybody tell you you shouldn't have it. That's their view. They're projecting their own stuff onto you. I don't want to hear your opinion about that. I could care less what you think about that. But if your life is that you want to help people and live a humble life and change people's lives quietly, that's equally beautiful. Both are beautiful. Both are great. As I've gotten older, quite frankly, the material things aren't that big of a deal. But they were when I was young, because we didn't have any. And so my sister's lived a life where she's absolutely made her dreams come true. But then, slowly but surely, my sister went blind. And she loves that family of hers. I want you to imagine that you could see for about 40 years and then it just goes black. And what that took from her was her inability to see her children, her husband, Ryan. They have a beautiful marriage. Her mom, my dad, who was alive then, but she also couldn't teach anymore. This precious kid, she couldn't grade, she couldn't teach, and she kind of fell into what would be a version of pretty deep depression, as you might. This isn't actually an article, because what ended up happening was her students did a big fundraiser for her. It was in the paper, Ailing Teachers' Eyes See Glory in Students. Andrea Ward in pink is surrounded by 8th graders at Loving Savior Lutheran School in Chino Hills, who raised $1,700 for her after she lost her vision. They all wore these shirts, Race for Mrs. Ward. It was a beautiful thing. And my mom called me the night of this and said, Andrea was so happy today, but she's very depressed. It was about 9 o'clock. And it just hurt my heart to hear how bad my sister was hurting. It just broke my heart, because she's such a wonderful person. She's that person, you'll be at a party for 3 hours, you don't even know if Andrea was there, because she's just in the corner, makes you feel good about yourself, never wants attention, never wants anything. And my mom called me, and it hit me very hard. I thought, of all the things I've been able to do in my life, I can't help my own sister. This is the most remarkable thing of all time. I'm on this lonely road all my life, and I take a walk that night. On the road I live on. Not a metaphorical road. I am now on the road I live on. So all that journey on the lonely road led me to a physical road in my life. Ross Avenue in La Quinta, California. And on that road, it's a pretty cool place. Kim Kardashian lives right there. Sly Stallone's there. Ellen DeGeneres is there. Blah, blah, blah is there. Jimmy Fallon is there. It's a pretty cool road as you walk down that road. Some dude who recruited a bunch of people and sold life insurance is there. And as I'm walking on this road, I'm getting emotional. This is a true story. I've never told it before. And I get to this pretty close, and there's a driveway down there, and I go, what's that guy's name? Chain. Dr. Tom Chain. I think he's like an one of the Optus. Because I know he's not a normal one, because he couldn't afford to live here. But I've met him, and he was a great guy. And you have to sometimes just decide to go recruit, man. I walked up to his door at 9:30. I knocked on the door. This house is gated too. You have to get around this gate. I knocked on the door. His wife opened the door. He peeks. He goes, hey, Ed, how are you? I go, I'm good. Really sorry for coming so late. I go, hey, you're one of the Optus, right? Yeah, man, I am. I go, this sounds crazy, but I just had another conversation. I have a sister who's got diabetic retinopathy. She's gone blind. She keeps getting these bleeds, and they can't do anything about it. They've tried everything, she can't see. Do you think you could help my sister? He lives on the road I live on! He goes, I don't know, Ed, I got a place, I got your office is out here. He goes, actually, I have one in Pasadena. You know, Chino Hills is pretty close to there. If you send her to me, we could see. That guy right there got my sister her vision back. That's Dr. Tom Chain. So, while I was out recruiting and building and getting chargebacks and conquering the world and going down my dark road, making a dream happen, having a setback, little did I know that I would literally eventually live on a road where the person who would cure my sister's blindness and make her dreams come true lived. So what I told you earlier is this: the great part about making your dreams come true is not that your dreams come true. It's the dreams of all the people around you in your life whose dreams you may come true that you haven't even envisioned yet. Does that make sense? Say yes. Yes. So I want to ask you, how bad do you love your family? How bad do you want it? How excited are you about your life? Listen to me. These people are depending on you. You're the one. You're the one in your family. And I got to ask yourself a question. When that family gathers around you in that one last day, in that one last hour, what are you going to say to them? What are they going to say? Thank you for all the memories, all the moments, all the lessons, all the change, all the amazing. Thank you for changing our life. Thank you for going on the lonely road. Thank you for growing. Thank you for getting better. Thank you for improving yourself. Thank you. Or are you going to say to them, I loved you so much. I really loved you all. And I hope I was nice. I'm sure I was nice. But I lived my life scared. I lived scared. I was more scared than I loved you. I was more scared than I loved you. I was afraid I wasn't good enough. I was afraid I wasn't lovable enough. I was afraid I didn't have enough to give. I just was afraid I was not enough. And I lived my whole life with that. I'm sorry. Please do better. Is that what you're going to say? Or do you want to be able to say to them, I went for it. I took the shots for our family. When everybody else quit, I stayed. I kept rising up. I kept getting up. I kept doing it for you. I stayed out late for you. I talked to more people for you. I kept getting better for you. I kept growing for you. I kept trying for you. I kept loving you more than I was afraid. I loved you more than I was afraid. I hope I did good. I hope you're proud of me. I hope that's what you talk about when I'm gone. I hope you take it to another level. I hope you're the one after I was the one, because our family deserves to be happier. We deserve to make a difference. The question becomes in the end, did you express all your greatness? Because what I told you is true. God is not giving you another day because you need one. God is giving you another day because there is somebody out there right now who needs you. And I think it's your family, and I know there are millions of families that want to feel what we're feeling in this room. That want to be a part of something great. That want to go change the damn world. The world needs WFG. The world needs to know there's a good place with good people who are building for their own families, who want to make a difference from all walks of life, all religions, all backgrounds, all preferences, want to just love and win for their family. And at WFG, we love our families more than we are scared of what you think about us. Max out. I love you. God bless you.